And welcome to Week 18 of Walk the Plank, the podcast that takes a deep dive into the week that was, and will preview the upcoming events of our weekend here in the Perry Athletic Department. Gene Winters is my co-host. Thanks for being here as always, Gene.
Yeah, another exciting week, another busy week,
Yep.
but a lot of success through all the winter sports programs.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just we're at that sort of that we said it last week. The grind of the winter season is upon us. The holidays are over. Winter break's over. And now these next 2 months, 2.5 months, January, February, into middle of March, is really our go time for all of our winter sports. So we've got events pretty much every day of the week, whether it's middle school or high school here at Perry. So if you're around, check out our new website just dropped today. So if you're listening to this, we've got a new website that's out there, and hopefully the biggest thing there is accuracy, so people know when our events are going on. But we're going to go through and meet our athletes of the week. Our first athlete of the week is Leo Villalobos Pacheco. He was our athlete of the week last week. He couldn't join us last week, but because of his efforts at Penn City, which we hosted here at Perry on Saturday, January 3rd, and Leo took second in that tournament. A huge tournament. We have 18 teams here. And Leo, welcome to the show. Congratulations on being our athlete of the week.
Thank you.
I don't know if Coach Trentinelli will allow you to eat all this food stuff during the season, but we want to give our shout out to our Perry Dairy Queen for their meal deal and a Blizzard for our student athletes of the week. New to the show is our Canes box combo gift card as well. So everybody's will like the Canes. Might have to wait a little bit. Are you cutting weight right now, or you're not cutting weight?
I'm fine on weight.
Okay, so you maybe can make a trip out to DQ or to Canes. But thanks for being here. Congratulations again, Penn City. How many matches did you have that day? Just take us through what a typical tournament is, and then we'll talk a little bit about the difference between like a tournament on a full day tournament and then like a dual meet. But what was that experience like for you at Penn City?
Yeah, so we had about 6 matches
Okay.
at Penn City. They're pretty tough once you get to
Yeah.
the semis and finals, but our first 3 were pool matches.
Okay.
And those weren't that bad,
Okay.
Obviously a couple tough matches here and there. But I got through that. I kept pushing all the way through the semis, and I won that match, and then I got in the finals.
Was that semi-match close? What was the score there?
Well, I don't know the score, but it was not close.
It wasn't close. So you got there and you were in the final.
Yeah.
And then, that Penn City event, again, it's a long day. How long in between a match? Like, you're pretty much there all day, right? Like,
Yep.
we started wrestling at 9:30. We ended around 5:30 p.m. So it's a long day. What do you do in between those matches? So you're out there, for people who don't know, you have 3 2-minute periods. You're pretty much going all out, right? Everything for those 2 minutes, those 3 2-minute periods. So for a 6-minute portion, you're really pushing yourself, and then you get a break, and then you do it all again. How long of a break do you typically get in between those matches?
Usually at Penn City, we got an hour break.
Okay.
And during that break, I got some food in me.
Right.
Obviously, 10 minutes before I go out to my match,
Yeah.
I get some warm-ups in, stance of motion.
Okay.
Now, are you a music person before you wrestle? How do you get yourself prepared for
I
a
love
big
music.
day?
I love music. I
Now, in
always have
between
my
matches,
headphones.
too, the whole-
all the time.
And now, as you're waiting for your next match, or as you continue to progress during the day, are you able to go out and watch your other wrestlers perform, or are you trying to keep to yourself until you either are eliminated or win the meet that day?
I watch my teammates wrestle all the time. If they're close to me, I just stay there and watch them. Even after I'm done with my match, I just watch.
And you're wrestling at 150. Is that where you've been the last couple of seasons, or is this a new weight class for you?
This is a new weight class for me.
What were you before?
144.
How was that? How's that transition going? Is it different?
The guys are stronger, a little bit faster. So, yeah, it's a bit different.
And Leo, how long have you been wrestling, and how did you get involved in wrestling?
I've been wrestling for about 4 years now.
Okay.
And I got involved through my brothers.
Okay.
My younger one, he started wrestling when he was in 6th grade.
Okay. And so you wrestled in middle school as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 7th and 8th grade. And then, so let's talk a little bit about that difference between a tournament style where, again, you're going, you're going to wrestle 5 or 6 times. You got an hour break in between. And you're competing for your team because you can earn points. And our Perry team ended up second that day. behind Cathedral Prep. So a very strong finish from a team perspective. But then the dual meets where you're going head-to-head with another team, so a Perry versus a West Geauga in a dual format. How is that different than a tournament style, and do you wrestle it any different?
Between the dual meets and individual tournaments,
Yeah.
there's definitely more pressure in the dual meets.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got to perform. And the warm-ups are definitely better in the dual meets because
Okay.
obviously everyone's like getting warmed up with each other and no
Yeah.
one's like by themselves.
More of a team
Yeah, more of a
perspective
team.
atmosphere, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer the individual over the duel, or
No, I prefer duels.
Okay.
Duels.
What is it? Is it just more of the being with your team
Yeah.
and everyone pulling their own, I guess, their own weight to get you guys to that level that you want?
Yep.
And then the matches themselves. Okay, when you're wrestling at 150, is there you guys have an emphasis on? Obviously, you'd like to win the match.
Yep.
But then there are different levels of points for people who don't know as well. 3 points will get you, if you win a normal decision, it's 3 points. If you have a major or a tech fall, there's more points. And a pin is worth 6 points. So obviously the goal would be to get a pin, but that's not always the case. So there's a little strategy involved in regards to, sometimes how to go out there and knowing that, all right, I need 3 points here or I need 5 points here. Does it make you wrestle any different from that perspective?
Yeah, definitely knowing that I need to get some points for my team,
Yeah.
it helps me really put the pace on the guy.
Okay.
And for you, you're wrestling against some very good talent, practicing with what you have here. How does that make you better? Or you guys have a very good, a very strong group of wrestlers here at Perry. So going against some of these guys, does that make it easier when you go into your meets knowing that, hey, I'm already wrestling some of the best guys in the area?
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier. Like, my teammates, they're really good, obviously. And for me, it's just like, oh, I've wrestled with some good guys already, so I can do this.
So do you ever wrestle your brother? What weight class is he at?
He's at 44 right now.
So close.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys like partners in the room, or do you guys switch it up?
We're not partners in the room, but
Okay.
we do switch it up a lot.
Okay.
Coach Trent likes to switch it up.
Are you the best wrestler in the family?
No.
Okay. Well,
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, what goals or what did you guys have team goals coming in? Did you have personal goals coming into this season? And are you to where you want to be? Is there still room for improvement?
Yeah, we definitely have some team goals, but my individual goals, I feel like I'm not where I want to be yet. I still need some development.
okay. And I know we had Dante on the show a few weeks ago as our athlete of the week too. So I know there's probably a little competitiveness there. How did we do last weekend? We were in and now I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting myself. So we were in a dual tournament last week. So a little bit different than a Pin City. So we were out at Westlake and went, you compete against one team and then everybody wrestles. And then if you win, you go over here. How did last week go in our dual tournament?
Actually, I didn't wrestle at all.
You didn't go,
I
okay.
just had a bunch of forfeits.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
just
you
forfeits.
get to get your hand raised out there.
Yeah, I didn't have
okay.
anyone in my weight class.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sort of good and bad. You got 6
Yeah.
points every time you
Mhm.
stepped on the mat, but you didn't get to wrestle actually. So that's the other, I guess, downfall potentially of a dual meet format is you have those forfeits every now and again. So
Yeah.
not everybody gets to wrestle. But
What is that like?
yeah.
I mean, you prepare all
Yeah.
week to go and wrestle,
Yeah.
then you get there. Do you know ahead of time that there's no competition there, or is it you arrive and you're all pumped up, ready to go, and then it's just
It's just
nothing?
like I arrive and then the coach just tells me that, oh, you got no one in your weight class, so.
Okay. All right. Well, and I know the seeds came out. I don't know if Coach Trent's gotten into this detail with you guys. So the state dual tournament, we're part of that. You have to get invited. And then once you get your teams invited by the State Coaches Association, we get seated in a group. And so right now we're seated behind West Geauga. So we're going to go to West G on Saturday, February 7th. That'll be the opening round of the state dual tournament. And then if we'd have to win twice that day. If we win twice, we would actually advance to the state level with 8 teams down there at Bishop Watterson High School the following weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that and go from there. What's what's coming up this weekend? What do you got cooking for a wrestling standpoint here this weekend?
Yeah, we got a very tough tournament this weekend called Mommy Bay.
Yeah.
Obviously, some top teams in Ohio are going to be there.
Right.
So the goal really is to just place and think of it as one match at a time.
Okay. And you guys get to go. Is it fun? You guys get to stay in a hotel, and is it sort of a team bonding thing? Do you guys look forward to that as well? Getting out of Perry a little bit for the weekend and getting somewhere. Mommy's about 3 hours away, right on the Toledo area. So, how fun are those trips as a team?
Those trips are really fun. Some
Yeah.
of my favorite. I made a lot of memories on those car rides, the
Yeah.
hotels, all that stuff.
All right, sounds good. Well, best of luck this weekend at Mommy Bay, Leo, and thanks for being on the show. We'll keep everybody updated here as we go from a wrestling standpoint. Before we get you out of here, though, we're just going to sort of some get to know Leo questions. No wrong answers here, sort of rapid fire at you. What is your favorite food?
Probably tacos,
Okay. Favorite subject in school?
math,
Math. Any particular math?
stats right now.
Stats right now. Okay. Who's the teacher?
Kovacic.
Okay. Yeah, Mrs. Kovacic's a classic. Very good. Favorite movie or show?
Probably Interstellar.
Okay. Any hobbies outside of wrestling or anything else you're doing here at Perry?
No, I like to weightlift a lot.
Okay.
And
That helps for wrestling, right?
mhm.
Favorite app or game on your phone?
Probably TikTok.
Little TikTok.
Yeah.
All right. Any memories? You mentioned some of these trips with wrestling and things like that and the bus rides. Any favorite memories from Perry? It can be athletics. It can be anything that you've
Yep.
experienced here during your time.
Definitely when we went to Central Michigan over the summer.
Okay,
That was,
wrestling camp.
Yeah, really fun.
That's awesome. And if you could visit any place in the world, money's not an object, where would Leo be going?
Probably the Bahamas.
All right, love it. A nice adjustment
Yes.
from the snow we're about to get here this evening and this week. So, Leo, congratulations
Thank you.
on being our Athlete of the Week. Enjoy the food. Best of luck the rest of this year.
Thank you.
All right. Leo Villalobos Pacheco, wrestling Athlete of the Week from last week. We'll have you exit side left. And Marley is up. Sorry, ladies first, Marley. All right, Leo, thanks so much. And then, Mommy Bay is
Yeah.
a meat grinder of a tournament this weekend, and but I know these guys are going to do well. All right, Marley, welcome back to the show. There's your
thank you.
food. This is a little new. Last year we didn't have the.
No.
I know the canes is key to the equation here. So I think everybody's going to be pretty happy with the Raising Canes. We appreciate their support as well of our Athletes of the Week. Marley is our female athlete of the week here for this week in our gymnastics program. How is the season going?
It's going well.
Yeah. So fifth last week at the. Let me see if I can get it right here. I don't want to say it wrong. We were in Akron last week.
Yeah, the Rubber City Rumble.
Rubber City Rumble, fifth place overall
No, for floor.
for floor. So what is your favorite of the four? What is your favorite? Is it floor?
Yeah, probably floor.
Okay.
I like beam too. I
Okay.
usually do the best at beam, but
Okay.
floor's probably my favorite.
And for you, how has this group been? I was looking through how many other gymnasts are with you this year? How's that group and how have practices and I
Yeah.
guess this last meet gone for you
I
guys?
think there's 28 of us because we practice with Menor, South, Riverside, and then Perry, obviously. But yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of energy, a lot of people. It's just,
And Mr. Rockwell mentions this a bunch when we talk about gymnastics. Is there's no practice area here at Perry. So
Yeah.
what is it like on a typical day for you to leave school, go to Menor and practice? How long are you guys practicing? Like, take us through that, like after school and what happens after that.
So on Wednesdays, we go right from school, and then it's just 2-hour practices. Thursdays, it's later because it's when we can get the gym. So, but it's 3-hour practices, and then we practice on Sunday for 4 hours.
So there you
That's
go.
a lot, yeah.
That's a grind. And then how many girls from Perry this year? I know we go back and forth. This is my 15th year here. We've always had gymnastics group. We've seldom had enough to have a full team of 5 or 6 girls. But how many are out for gymnastics this year?
There's 3 of us.
3 of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Gia, Kira, and then me.
Okay. And your sister's taking the year off. She's doing some other stuff,
Yeah.
right? Getting ready for a different level. So how is it training with those other? Because I think there's probably some people out there like, how can we train with other schools? Don't you guys not like each other? Don't you not get along? But if you've ever come to a match out at Legs, you'll see it is sort of really a tight knit group. You're all
Yeah.
coached by the same coaches, and it's really cool to see. And then when we get down to like the district level at Hudson and things like that, you're all sort of cheering for each other. So how is that just different than just being all with Perry kids? Now you're with kids from, like you said, 5 other school districts.
Well, it's more fun because if I
Yeah.
was just with like 2 girls, like, it would still be fun,
Yeah,
but
right.
it wouldn't be as like much as a community.
Right.
So I definitely enjoy it, like it way more with
Yeah.
all of them.
Well, Coach Arabs was really complimentary of your finish down at the Rubber City Rumble there. She was super excited for you, and I think they do a great job too. And I give them credit for being able to bring all the girls together from different schools and run a program, a high quality program like this.
How much practicing with other girls and your own teammates, how much do you learn from watching them practice, try to take parts of what they do to improve to improve yourself?
A lot, because a lot of them come from club too. So I mean, right there, that's just even better coaching. So it definitely helps.
And with Coach, having multiple schools and multiple athletes, is there like maybe a routine that you're working on, but she sees another girl doing it and say, this one might be better for you, kind of mix and match and
Yeah.
try to play to your guys' strengths?
Yeah, it's more for like skills. Like she'll see like someone do a skill and like she'll be like, oh, like they scored really well with that, so you should try that. It actually happened like 2 days before that meet with my floor. I changed my one pass and it ended up working better. So
All right. And so let's just break down for people who aren't familiar with gym. It seems like every 4 years we get the Summer Olympics and everybody's watches the gymnastics and they get into it. But so we have the floor exercise. Again, that's your 5th place finish. The beam, balance beam, bars, and what else?
Vault. Yeah.
All right. And your favorite is, again?
Floor.
And you're good at the beam. The other 2, do you do them? Or
I do them, but I'm not very good.
Oh, come on. I find that hard to believe, Marley. But what are some of your goals for this year? You're a senior. Last year, what do you have as some of your goals? Whether it's our team of 3 or the group of 28 girls that you mentioned, or just yourself. What are you looking to
I
accomplish?
mean, it would be great if I made it to states.
Yeah.
That's obviously like the top goal, but
Yeah.
just to have fun, honestly.
Okay.
Just enjoy it.
Awesome.
And when did you get involved in gymnastics, and how do you like kind of gravitate towards that?
Like when did I
Like,
get
yeah,
involved?
when did you start? And
When I I think I was like 3 years old.
Yeah, I was
So-
going to joke around and say 2, but
Yeah.
I wasn't that far off.
No,
right?
yeah,
because the they do start young. Everybody seems to start
Yeah.
really little. It's
and
crazy.
then gymnastics, how does that help you for cheerleading and
Yeah.
some of the other stuff that you do here at Perry?
Oh, like the strength that I got from it definitely helps with all of my sports. So
And Mr. Winters mentioned cheerleading. So you are a dual sport athlete here for us, Perry High School. You're a member of our cheerleading program, both fall and winter. So how do you balance? I know cheer isn't necessarily a sport that practices every day, but how do you balance cheerleading, gymnastics, academics all together in sort of one season?
I don't know. I just make
So
time for it all.
Every day there's an event. Right?
Yeah.
So what do you practice? You're doing a couple of practices a week for cheerleading as well.
They stop with the practices, so it's just games.
Just games
but-
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Marley. I think that's it. We're gonna see if any of your answers changed from last year
Okay.
when we had you on. It's all right if they did. Let's see. Favorite food.
Probably pasta.
Okay. Any particular restaurant you get your pasta from?
There's this really good restaurant in like Eastlake called Mama Catino's.
Okay. Excellent. Favorite subject in school.
Well, I really like PSL right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
it's fun.
What is your project? Do you have your project set yet?
Yeah, I'm working in a 4th grade classroom. We're gonna do like a multiplication like game thing.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. Favorite movie or show?
Oh, I really like Gilmore Girls,
Okay.
but Stranger Things has been good right now. too,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Sounds familiar. It's pretty popular. Let's see. Where hobbies? So you're busy. You're a busy girl. You've got cheerleading. You've got gymnastics. Your academics. Any hobbies outside of what you're doing here?
In the summer, I like to read.
Okay.
And like there's some crafts I like to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite, this is Mr. Winters added this in. He needs a new app or a game. Anything new for him? And what's your favorite one on your phone?
Probably like Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got that.
Have that.
Favorite memory from Perry? You're a senior. You're going to graduate here in just a few months. What are you going to take away as some of your favorite memories after you walk across that stage and you graduate?
Probably making it to states and track.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second then. All right. So visit any place in the world. Where would you go?
Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
All right. So no time for indoor track really right now. Are you doing some? Okay.
No,
You-
Mr. Richards has asked me to do some,
Right.
but I don't have time.
There's no time, right?
No.
You're pretty busy as it is. What are some of your goals? Just in case we don't have you on before track, maybe we'll have you back on in the spring. But what are some of your goals as we enter your senior year of track? Where, as you mentioned, you've been a state qualifier now multiple times.
Well, I really want to make it to states in pole vault. I would love to make it to regionals and long jump
Okay.
because I've been like so close every year.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a relay.
Okay.
Regionals would be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Marley Freeman, Athlete of the Week here for our gymnastics program. Congratulations, Marley.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck on the rest of the year. Enjoy the food, and thanks for being here. Congratulations. We're bringing up Carter Hopkins next. He is our Male Athlete of the Week representing our basketball program. Welcome, Carter. Congratulations. There's your food. What do you like better, DQ or Canes?
Games has more calories.
Yeah. Oh, more calories? See, as you get older, Carter, that's like you want less calories.
We gotta get big.
You got to get big. See, I don't need to get big. In fact, I'd like to do the opposite of that. But I understand as a football, basketball, baseball star here at Perry High School, you need to continue to put on the calories. So I'm glad we're able to help you out with some canes. Let's talk about the season so far, Carter. Coach Isfano had great things to say about you as one of our leaders on this team. Right now, we're 3-7. Tough loss to Chagrin last night, but they're very good. We've been up against it a little bit to start. How do we get this thing turned around a little bit? We've got Hawken again. I mean, we've had a brutal schedule to start the year. Your athletic director did you guys no favors in scheduling these hard opponents, or like right at the beginning. Harvey twice, Hawken twice. West Geauga. Let's just get your synopsis so far of everything.
Well, Coach Ice said a couple days ago that we have like one of the hardest schedules to start, and then after this week, after Hawken and then Madison, then we start to like coast with. We won't have to worry about like Hawken or Harvey anymore.
Right. Yeah, those are the top two teams in our league. They're sort of battling it out. Harvey got them once. And they're going to compete ultimately for the CVC Chagrin Division title. Us and West G, we had a really nice game, big overtime win with West Geauga here at home. So we're at Hawken on Friday and then Madison on Saturday. And, I know Madison, at least from my perspective as the athletic director, any sport we're playing Madison and we want to beat them. It's a rivalry game. How is that? Do we know a lot of kids? Do you know a lot of kids on the team? Are you excited for that game here Saturday? That'll be a 5 p.m. tip for the varsity game on Friday.
Yeah, a lot of our teammates, we all played AAU together,
Okay.
so we know pretty much all of them.
Right.
And Nick, his dad working there.
Right.
And yeah, we're already excited for it.
Awesome. It'll be a fun atmosphere. I know they're going to bring a good crowd. Hopefully we bring a good crowd. As a reminder, our students get in for free. So Saturday, 5 p.m. Before it's not a late night Saturday game. Come on out and support our team here on Friday. Hopefully we can pack the stands. Would be nice to get a student section going. A little back and forth is always fun. But Carter, going from basketball to football, how long does it take? So we played a football game on November 21st, I believe, and then you guys started practice literally 4 days later. How does that transition? Are you still transitioning? I mean, it's been a month and a half, but how does that work, going right from the football field to the basketball court?
Well, only a few of us. There's not a lot of football players that really play basketball,
Mhm.
but a lot of the starters for football, we were all still pretty banged up from Glenville, and
Right.
we were all still recovering. We weren't going full speed yet. It took us probably a month to really settle in and get conditioned.
Okay.
And as an outsider just looking in, to me, Coach Gesowich, Coach Niedzwicki are intense guys. Coach Ice, Coach Grant are maybe a little bit more laid back. Is it a little difference going from the football coaches and getting used to Coach Ice and Coach Grant, or are they? I'm sure they're intense too, and this is no knock on them, but just thinking football to basketball. Is there a difference?
Yeah, I think there's a big difference. Coach G, like, I would say he's a little bit more laid off, but like when we have to like go hard, like we go hard, and then Ice, he's intense every like we have to bring it every play.
And from you personally, how is your game? So you're a junior, you're a starter. You played significant minutes last year, and I think what with this team, we really only have a couple of you guys that saw significant minutes last year. You were one of them. Caden Brewster comes to mind. But we lose Vincent Darian, our leading scorers. We had Josh Sencraft, some other seniors that played significant minutes. So getting that experience is going to be key. We have two seniors. Brady Stevenson's hurt, so Michael is our only senior. So we're a junior and sophomore laden group here, with only a couple of you guys having a ton of varsity experience. I think it's just going to take some time to get into the flow of the year and gain that experience. But where has your game grown from even your freshman year, playing basketball, to now being a second-year starter on the basketball team?
Last year I was like kind of like the big because Josh, he was just lengthy. He wasn't really like fat. Right. And now we don't really like we've had like different type of offense than we do now. Okay. And now we're all just like playing together. We made an offense to where like any of us can score like any time. So yeah, I've from a big to like kind of like a scorer.
Yeah, you can score now. So you've got to score, and like you said, it's I think that's one nice thing. Obviously, last year Vince and Darian sort of carried us from the scoring standpoint, right? They didn't need you to score last year. No, not at all. They needed you to rebound and play defense. But now we need you to score, right? You gotta either finish around the basket. I've seen you take some threes. So your job is to score, and I think that's the one nice thing about this team. We're all sort of able to do that and sort of carry that load. But we don't have a bunch of huge guys either. You're still one of the bigger guys out there. You, Andrew. I mean, Nate's over 6 feet maybe. Michael's right around there. But we're all in that 6 foot range to 6'1" range. And like last night at Chagrin Falls, they had like 4 guys that were like 6'4". So how do you sort of offset that kind of stuff when we're going to be a little bit smaller than a lot of teams we see?
I feel our strength has always been with being fast. So we always try to put that to our advantage, always trying to push the ball in transition when we get a rebound, and it hasn't worked yet, but I'm sure it will.
Okay.
Yeah, and as the season keeps going, and you guys kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but 3 games this week, does your practice schedule change at all? Are you looking forward or excited for 3 games in a week? Obviously, the back-to-back coming up on Friday. Does that change anything for you?
I don't think so. I mean, we'll focus a little bit on Hawken these next 2 days, and then we have to get right back to Madison, so I don't think it'll change much.
So back-to-back for you, I listened to LeBron give his scenario for back-to-back games, what he has to do to get ready. So he's in the cold plunge, he's in the hot tub, he's in the hyperbaric chamber. I know you've got some of that stuff at your house. No hyperbaric chamber yet, right? Is that the next purchase?
Oh, hopefully, yeah, that'd be sweet.
So how do you use that kind of stuff to help your body recover? So you're going to play a game, you're going to get done here playing Hawken about 9 p.m. on Friday night. You're going to have a bus ride home. You're going to get home at 10, and you're going to expect to be in tip-top shape to play at 5 o'clock the next day against Madison. What's your routine for that 20-hour period in between games?
I'll probably, that morning, I'll get a good breakfast in. Okay. Probably relax in the hot tub for like 30 minutes. Okay. And then maybe dip my legs in the ice bath. Okay. I'll probably be frozen because of all the snow we're about to get.
That's true. We're going to get crushed here.
Yeah.
All right.
And obviously there's going to be no load management on Saturday. No guys sitting out. So, a little different than
everybody
the
plays,
NBA style.
There's none of that.
And now for you and the team, you kind of touched on it earlier, but, after you get through this tough part, how do you guys stack a couple of wins together? Is it only going to take one and then you guys maybe gain that confidence and then, can reel off a couple in a row? Is it just getting that one to maybe turn this thing around?
Well, we've got one, and then we'd play like Harvey the next day. So, I mean, it'll probably take now with our schedule that we have upcoming, maybe like 1 or 2, and then I feel like we would be able to coast from there.
All right, and I know too, like you mentioned Harvey. We were down 20 points in that game, but we came back in that second half, got it all the way down to 6. It was a pretty frantic second half. We caused a lot of chaos, we did a lot of trapping and a lot of different things. Because one thing that I know, again, we may not be the tallest basketball team out there, but we're athletic, we're quick, we're fast. We cause issues defensively. Did we find something there in that trapping, double teaming, aspect of what we did in that second half against Harvey that can maybe pay dividends down the road against other teams?
I mean, Coach Dice gave us a pretty good speech at halftime, so we ramped it up a little bit, and they started playing lackadaisical. They weren't trying as hard, and they were turning over the ball, and we were making up for it, and then came back, and then.
Awesome. Well, I think, and we did it a couple times last night against Chagrin Falls too. I think it seemed like most times we got into a trapping type of a situation to use our athleticism and our quickness. We'd get a steal, we'd get a turnover. We were down 10 points in that game, cut it to 4. We were went back and forth. We ended up losing, I think, by 12 or 13, but we were in that game, and that Chagrin Falls team is a very good team. So I hope to see a lot of that as we continue down the road here. Let's talk a little bit about your sister. She's having some success. So she's starting as a freshman on the girls basketball side. How important is it for you to come out and support her, and vice versa?
I always give her a hard time about it. Like, I remember against Chardon the other day, she got blocked pretty hard. I gave her a pretty hard time that night. So yeah, it's a pretty nice thing. I get to push her all the time, and yeah.
And the same thing we kind of asked Leo, are you the best athlete in the family?
Duh, obviously.
Hands down?
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, jeez. Mr. Winters,
That's
how could
the
you?
answer you're supposed to have. That's what I was hoping Leo was going to say, but he kind of
Leo deferred to Dante.
Yeah,
He's like, Dante's a little bit better, but that's all right. I think Dante had a couple of years on more wrestling experience. But all right, Carter, since you joined us week 12 in football, we'll let you off the hook here for your all your answers, your food, and your subject and stuff, unless things have really changed.
I've changed.
Oh, okay. We'll go. We'll get it done. Let's go. Favorite food?
Mrs. Rockwell's cookies.
Oh, wow.
I had some of those this week. But
that's
I got a
right.
big
You
batch.
did. Okay. I will pass along the information. I'm sure she'll be very, very excited, I can promise you. Favorite subject in school?
That has not changed. Those six strength.
Okay, strength and fitness. Favorite movie or show?
Stranger Things.
Okay, so you're a Stranger Things fan as well, but not Gilmore Girls.
No.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, thank you. It seems to be popular still in my house. Hobby away from football, basketball, baseball. Any hobbies? What do you do?
This winter, I've been playing some Mario. Super
Mario.
Bros.
Okay.
The original?
Yeah.
With an old Nintendo?
Oh no.
Oh.
I think so. It was like on a Wii.
Okay.
Okay, that's close to old.
Yes.
Not the actual old Nintendo, but close. Getting there. Favorite app or game on your phone?
Monopoly Go.
Monopoly Go.
I had that for a while. I do like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look at that one. I don't. I've seen it advertised,
Yes.
but I don't.
Drains your battery though.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. Good insight. Favorite memory so far, Carter? You're a junior. You've got some time left here. Favorite memory from Perry all the way up.
I don't know if this one would change, but
Yeah.
I have to say the state football game.
Yeah. Visit any place in the world. Where are you going? Where would you like to go?
Rome.
Rome, Italy. All right. Carter Hopkins. Well, you just made my wife's day, so that's good. Congratulations on a great start to
Carter, thanks.
basketball. Good luck the rest of this week. Beat the Streaks on Saturday. And, again, 5 p.m. Game time here against Madison, Saturday at home.
Yeah, both Friday and Saturday, all three of the boys' teams will be in action. Freshman, JV, and varsity, both days away at Hawken, and then, as you mentioned, here versus Madison on Saturday.
Definitely, and look forward to that again. Let's pack the house. It's going to be a fun game. rivalry game. I don't care what the sport is. Again, we want to beat Madison in everything that we do, and vice versa for them. I mean, that they want to beat us. I know they got us on the girls' side
You're right.
earlier this year, and that was a heck of a game. And I wish we were playing them again.
Yes.
It would be nice, but we don't get that shot this year. They took care of business on our home court, and they got us.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the part. And I know a lot of the girls feel the same way. What if you had that secondary match with them?
Yeah.
If things would change, and the girls have been kind of on a roll now since those 2 straight losses with
Yeah.
Canfield and Madison.
Yeah.
Carter mentioned it. A close nail biter against Chardon, a non-conference game on Monday, where the girls were able to pick it up in the second half and come away with another victory.
Yeah, sort of 2 back-to-back games where we were hanging around, and then so let's talk about the Chardon one first. Very good team in Chardon. I know they had about a 500 record, but they play a very tough schedule, and they're very well coached. And so that was a back-and-forth game. We jumped on them first, and then they came back and took a lead at halftime, and then we took the lead in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter was just a back-and-forth, very good high school basketball game. I think the key there, too, is not only get the win, but we got to experience some end-of-game situations that are going to present themselves later on this season, in the postseason, where, now, hey, we've got to execute an out-of-bounds play at the end of the game to win the game. 3 seconds left. How are we doing it? Coaches drew up a great play, got Mia loose deep, made a great pass, and that pretty much sealed it. But we got to experience, that Chardon had to miss a foul shot. And so you have to talk about all those situational things and stuff that you don't get to do all the time in a game. You might do it in practice, but when you get to do it in a game, it really helps you out.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing. And I know when we have Coach Infalvi again here soon, I'm interested to see how his first half and second half, what does he say at halftime to switch? Because the girls have been kind of sluggish in these first halves, but then turn it on in the second half and pull out some of these victories.
Right, and the game even before, as we mentioned, a Lutheran West team who's quality opponent, not as strong as Chardon, and we go back and forth to them for 3 quarters. It's tied. Low-scoring game. We're not shooting the ball well. And then, boom, we catch fire in that fourth quarter. Peyton some threes. Everybody started hitting threes at that point in time. And the next thing you know, we were up 16 points after being tied at the end of 3.
Yeah, and the first Max Preps RPI rankings were released this week. Girls come in at number 4 in Division 4, and the boys at 20 in Division 4. So now, as we kind of talked about, the postseasons are starting to come into sight now, and these are 2 big rankings that have been released that are used for seeding and playoff purposes.
Definitely, and the RPI now is what we use for seeding. The coaches used to have to vote on every team in the district, and that's the Northeast district. So there's 40-plus teams. So basketball boys to be 20 out of 44, we're right in the middle of that pack. Again, I think we have potential to improve, and when our record improves, that ranking will improve. And the girls to be 40 out of 40-plus is excellent, and obviously I think probably a little bit ahead of where we even thought we might be ranking when the first rankings came out. So I was hoping just to be top 10. I think we were 8 last year. We finished 8th, somewhere in there. So to be number 4, kudos to our team and our coaches for that.
So we talked about the 2 games that the boys have coming up. Girls are in action tonight here on Wednesday.
Yep.
They travel over to Harvey, but then they have a big non-conference game at Mentor on Monday.
Yeah, Harvey tonight, later, and then at Mentor Monday, again, another great opportunity for postseason experience, going up against a high-quality opponent that you're going to see at some point in the postseason. And again, want to go in, expect to win, want to win, all of those things, but also knowing that if it doesn't go our way, we've gained a very, very valuable experience playing a team like that.
Yeah, and we talked about boys wrestling, girls wrestling. They were, I think, at Woodmere this past weekend, and they got a big one coming up this weekend at Fremont Ross. Yeah,
Fremont Ross is a huge tournament, and I know we're just getting healthy on the girls' side, and it's sometimes in wrestling that's the key is just being healthy. Yeah. And I know we're banged up a little bit on the boys' side as well, but we're getting healthier. We're getting back to where we need to get on both the boys and the girls. And so Fremont Ross, it's a big sort of not a turning point of the season, but a good gauge of where we're at. We're going to see girls from all over the state of Ohio, and ultimately we have several girls, whether it's Eva, Gigi, that want to qualify for state, and they're gonna see some high level competition this weekend.
And we talked about it a lot last week, the big Saturday that you had here at Perry for the swim invitational. Both boys and girls were in action. Girls started the day off in the morning. Boys finished it off. How did that event go? And I think they were also at Cleveland Heights since we last were here.
So Saturday went great. We had over 300 swimmers compete here on Saturday between the boys and the girls meets. And again, just kudos to our swim parents and our families. Just like Pin City, where I always thank our wrestling parents and staff and everybody for putting that together. Very labor-intensive meets where we need parent volunteers to run them the right way. And if we're not going to do it the right way, we don't want to do it. So we couldn't do it without them. Parents do a great job, from food to helping time the races, all of these things from a swim perspective. So a very, very proud moment when we're able to put a high quality meet on like that. And so I thank you to all of our parents and our coaches and our kids for making it happen. And then, turned right around, swam Saturday, and then Monday night we're at Cleveland Heights to take on Brunswick and Cleveland Heights. And, Brody Hicks, both, obviously both bigger schools, Heights and Brunswick. So we didn't get a win on either side from a team perspective, but Brody Hicks continues to shine. In the pool, broke 3 records, Cleveland Heights pool records. So if you can imagine, Cleveland Heights is been around a long time.
Yes.
Their pool's been around a long time. And so for Brody to break 3 records, pool records at Heights, says a ton of where he's at right now, and he's really getting it done. The big CVC meet is this coming Sunday at Cleveland Heights, so we just want that to be known. That it is a Sunday. Orange is the host school, so to speak, but it's not at Orange, so we're trying to get out there as many times as we can. Orange is the host school, but we're at Cleveland State for swim. Orange will host the diving portion on Friday night, but Cleveland State on Sunday. We have a noon start on Sunday down at Cleveland State, and the girls have won the CVC title now 6 years in a row, so they're going for lucky number 7. And the boys, as we've talked about a couple of times with Coach Scheider and with Brody, like, we have enough boys now in the program to actually go compete. Doesn't mean we're going to win it, but we're actually going to be able to compete, where in years past we just didn't have the number of boys to even have full relays, and it just kept us out of the reality of even winning a CVC title. So now they're going to go give it their best here on Sunday.
And is Sunday, is this a different day? I thought most of the time it was Saturdays, but is it just because of the location?
Just
and
the location and the need. So similar to us, Orange cannot host from they have the pool, they just don't have enough seating. So when you bring 15 schools together or 18 schools together for swimming championships, you have to have the seating capacity. Not many schools do. Hawken does, Beechwood does. So it's Orange's turn to host. He reached out to Cleveland State. They didn't have availability on Saturday. They're hosting another meet that day, but on Sunday they did. So that's what we as a league decided to do, and it'll be a fun day.
And this being a CVC championship or a CVC meet,
Yeah.
pay to get in?
It is a pay to get in, $8 and $5, just like every other conference event that we have. So cash or card at the door, $8 for adults and $5 for students.
And then the last winter sport that's going on, the new club sport of bowling for both boys and girls.
And it's crazy. We're coming up on our CVC tournament for that in about less than 2 weeks now. That'll be a Sunday as well. And then they're right into their OHSAA sectional event. And we'll compete as a group for the boys bowling team as a team, and then we'll have a couple of individual girls right now that will compete on that side. So it's going well, and they, similar to gymnastics, again, they're not here. We don't have bowling lanes here at Perry High School, so they're going out to Sunny Lanes in Geneva and getting things going.
Yeah, so a lot going on this weekend for all of the winter sports teams here at Perry, with girls tonight over at Harvey. That's an away game, but the big one coming up on Saturday for boys basketball, as they will host crosstown rival Madison.
Yep, come on out, support all of our teams. This was week 18 as we wrap up. Crazy to think that we're past that halfway point of the winter season, but join us for week 19 next week. Until then, go Pirates.